What's going on, guys? This is Damian from The Lookout. It's Nicolina's arm playing with Vjeverica, also from The Lookout. And we're having fun, so in the spirit of having fun, I wanted to give you guys some fun, janky, casual deck ideas, some of my favorites. So before we start this video, if you like this type of content, hit that like and subscribe button. It helps us out a lot, and we're on our way to 500 subs when we're gonna have an awesome giveaway. Before we start, these are just like some of my janky ideas, something that I've been playing around with. This is nothing that you can actually win big tournaments with. So this is more like casual, and I like casual. I understand that a lot of other people like casual, so maybe you've even tried some of these before. If you like this type of videos, let me know, and then maybe we can try out some deck decks as well. This is more like testing the ground. So let's check out our first deck. The first deck that I want to talk about, and the least janky in a way that like it's just the archetype itself, is Napa. I love Napa and Cyberman. It's an extremely cheap deck. It is this red token, not even token, they're not tokens, but it's just like this red swarm where you sacrifice your Cyberman and then you minus your opponent's cards and then you KO them this way. It's cool, it's extremely cheap. The Napa came out in Battle Evolution Booster. The biggest issue of this deck is that it doesn't draw. That's the biggest problem. But if you're looking for something that's a bit out there, but that's constantly getting bits and pieces, like ever since this deck came out, we've been getting for example, that new Vegeta super combo, which puts a Cyberman token with blocker on the field. Or we've also got like some new Cyberman. We're always getting just a little bit of something that you can just put in this deck. So yeah, if you want to experiment for extremely low amount of money with something that is getting upgraded every once in a while, then I highly recommend Napa. You can also just be a complete madman and just toss in Napa and just fill him with 49 Cybermen, 50 Cybermen, and that's it. I mean, there's a lot of ways that you can play this. It's not super competitive, but it is fun for what it is. The second deck that I wish to recommend is King Cold Broly BR. It's a pretty janky build, there's not a lot of them online, and it's all about this card called Demonic Advent. When you play Demonic Advent, it's a field card. You get to play one of your free cost or less Brolys from your deck in rest mode with its skill negated for the turn. That's fine, that doesn't matter. What really matters is activate main once per turn. For 1 green you get to remove one of your Brolys, and you get to search your deck for a 6 or 7 cost Broly and add it to your hand. The Broly that we are basing all of this around is called Broly Berserker Frieza's Army. This guy's a free cost, he's 15k, he's unique, and he costs 1 less for every extra card in your battle area or drop. That means field cards. So even if you have Demonic Advent and your King Cold's Dynasty, he's already a 1-drop. So that's fine, he's basically a 1-drop. And when you play it, if your opponent has 3 or more energy, when this guy is removed from the battle area, that means when Demonic Advent triggers and removes him, you get to play one of your 6 or 7 cost Brolys from your hand. We are completely going to ignore the 7 cost Brolys because the 6-drop is awful and the 7-drop that goes with it is not as good as the other 6 and 8-drop. 6-drop, Broly Power Unleashed, he is a 25k double striker with a permanent that says your opponent cannot counter his attacks with counter skills of cards that cost 2 or more. So only 1. So this is a savage beatdown type of strategy. He has Activate Battle. Once per turn you can discard 1 card and you can KO one of your opponent's cards, not ignoring Barrier. Also, he has an auto when he is removed. you get to discard 2 cards and you get to play your 8th drop. 8th drop, Brawler Limit Transcended, is a 35k double striker with the same you cannot counter blah permanent on him, and he has the same activate battle. Once per turn you discard 1, you KO something, but this time he ignores barrier. So yeah, it's a very aggressive strategy that doesn't leave your opponent with a lot of room to counter stuff. But there is also one more 8th drop that you might wish to play. The other 8th drop is Broly Impulsive Destroyer. This is one from the anniversary box. He's yellow-green, but the effect of the 6th drop doesn't say mono-green, so you can play it from him. He has Double Strike, Blocker, Arrival, which doesn't matter, and when he's played you draw 1, which is good because you're discarding to get these effects going. His other auto is when he's played or when he switched to active mode. Play a skill during your turn, doesn't matter, you're never gonna use this. So this is only when he's played. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards or unison cards and negate its skill for the turn. He also has Activate Battle. Once per turn, he gets to KO 1 skill as battle card. So this is more of a not so beat down-ish. I wouldn't play 4 of these. I would play like 2 of them and 4 of the other 8 drop, but it's a good option to have. So yeah, that's basically King Cold Broly. Why are we not playing the 7 drop route? Don't do that, it's a trap, it's really awful. If you want to try it, try this one instead. If you want to see a deck tech, I will gladly do a deck profile on it. Now let's move to the last deck. Now the previous 2 decks were like, okay, Napa is funny, he's not so janky. Broly, BR, King Cold, yeah, that's a bit janky, but the last one, my favorite one, this is like next level jank. This is Knockout Strike Gogeta, the starter deck one, the ancient blue leader with the card called Assault of the Great Apes. How does this actually work? Well, I'm just gonna go over this super quickly. Knockout Strike Gogeta has an activate main that says choose 1 card from your hand and place it into your drop area. Your opponent can only activate counter skill once more for the duration of the turn. Okay, this is your bait. So when you feel that you're ready, you're baiting your opponent with this. Then you play, after you bait it out, you're playing Assault of the Great Apes. Activate main. If your leader card is a mono blue Saiyan, place up to 2 mono blue battle cards with an energy cost of 5 or less that are both Great Ape and Bardock's Crew, there's a lot of these, cards from your deck in your drop area, then shuffle your deck and play up to 5 mono blue battle cards with an energy cost of 5 or less that are both Great Ape and Bardock's Crew from your drop area. At the end of your opponent's turn, choose all battle cards that are both Great Ape and Bardock's Crew cards in your battle area and send them to its owner's warp. So what are we doing here? Well, I'm gonna be super brief. We're playing Gogeta because he has Burst 2. You don't want to awaken for as long as you can, because with Burst 2 you're putting these apes from your deck into your drop. Once you awaken, you're only interested in Activate Main. Activate Main says that your opponent can use counter skills only once for the duration of the turn. This is great for baiting out something before you play your March of the Great Apes. If you're 100% confident that they don't have a floodgate, you can just play your March of the Great Apes and swing with 5 very mad apes, and he can like counter 1 of their attacks or 1 of them entering, and that's it. So this is like a turn 4 combo at best. It works because it's super unpredictable. It's nothing that, your opponent is probably just going to be scratching their head and thinking like, what's this guy doing? So yeah, it's extremely janky. I wouldn't recommend like taking it to like any important tournaments, but it's fun. So at least it's fun to be. It's one use for Assault of the Great Apes. And yeah, that's it. that's it for these jank decks. Now I wish to hear from you. What are some of your crazy janky brews? You know, janky brews are fun. This game is very competitive, the community is very competitive, but we still have, you know, fun with these crazy, nonsensical-ish combos. So please share your combos with me. Share some of your craziest decks or some of the stories how you won with some janky brew that you came up with. I love reading your comments. I try to reply to everything. And don't forget to subscribe. We are on our way to 500 subscribers. More importantly, if you want to see any deck profiles of any of these free decks, we can go over them. Just let me know in the comments below. This has been Damien from The Lookout, and I will see all of you in the next video.